I'm going to show you how to get started with PHP scripting. I'll be using php-sandbox.ru. You could use a web host and a website or a local PHP server, but for something simple like this, I like to just use a sandbox. This is what we're going to be creating today. I'm going to go over everything pretty quickly so that I can give you an overview and a basic understanding, but I'm not going to dig into any concepts too much. So you open a PHP script with the $PHP. The PHP is usually optional, but I like to have it. You don't technically have to close the PHP script with the $, but I always do. It's good form. We'll start with a string, which you declare with a $sign and then the name of the variable, and then I am text. We'll go ahead and echo that. Then I want to add some text to the string. Dot equals /n dot. You can also use single quotes to declare a string. If you do that, then things like the /n will be shown instead of actually putting a new line. You can declare a number with like I equals 6. This is not a typed language, so you don't say that something is a string or a number or an object. You just make the declaration and the PHP figures it out. So we'll echo out number. Well, we'll do /n for the new line. Number I. So you can write the variable name inside the string, and it will still show it. You can put it into curly braces, and it will do the same thing. I always use the curly braces because I believe it's good form. We'll add something to the I, so I plus equals 5. We'll get 11. Or you can do math with like I equals I minus 3. So there you could write minus equals 3 or I minus 3. It's personal preference, what you think works best for you. This might be easier to understand than that. They both have the same results. Then I'd like to show you how to use arrays. So we'll do prime numbers. Prime equals, you can use square braces or you can call the array function. I always use the square braces, and it's up to you which you use. So I'll just paste that in. I'll echo a new line. Let's do 2 new lines so there's a space. Then I'd like to show you how to go through that array of prime numbers and print them all out. I'll assume that you already know a little bit about arrays. You make a for loop. You set I equal to 0 at the beginning of the loop. Then you keep running the loop as long as I is less than the size of the primes array. And then at the end of each loop, you add 1 to I. So I will echo prime number I, or I like to do the curly braces as I was saying, and it all prints out. Let's put in the new line so it's easier to read. I did that wrong, so we'll do primes I. Now it will actually show the prime number. I don't usually like to put the arrays inside the curly brackets inside the string, but you can do it that way. This is my personal preference, just because it's a little bit more complicated of a statement. I like to do it this way. Now, we'll do n equals I plus 1, and we'll do nth prime number. So now we have the first, second, third, fourth prime numbers. Then we will go over what a for each loop does. So I'll have an array of pets equals, we'll use the square brackets again. We'll say I have a cat that's named Fred, a dog that's named Jimmy, and a snake named Bob. Then I'll write a for each statement. For each pets as key value. That is, for each item in the array pets, put the index as the key variable and the value as the value variable. And I'll echo, I have a pet named value. I'll put in the new line, and I'll change out pet with the key. So now it says I have a cat, I have a dog, and so on. Then I want to show you how a function works. We'll do function get pet names. That function will accept an array. And we'll go down here and we'll call it names equals get pet names, and we'll pass it pets. Then we'll run it. See, nothing happens right now because the function is empty. I'll echo pet names dot pets, and I'll do the new line. That way we can test it along the way. Oh, I did that wrong. Dot names. There we go. Alright. Just to make sure it's working, I'll return names list. Pretty simple. I'll do a second new line here, so there's some space. Now I'm going to write another for each loop. For each pets as key value. I'll make a string of names. I'll call it names. It's empty at the start, and every time I go over the items in the array, I will add the value, a comma, and a space. Then I'll return names. I don't know what I did wrong. Pets. Oh, there we go. Array. See, I have the variable coming into the function named array, so the for each loop has to have it be array. Let's run it now, and I have pet names Fred, Jimmy, and Bob. If I wanted to use a different array of pet names, I could do cats equals Todd, dog equal is Jane. Okay, we'll do cat, we'll run it, and you can see we get to use the same function over and over again with different information. The last thing I want to show you is how to do conditionals in PHP. So here I'm going to add another new line to single out the prime numbers, and then I'm only going to print the prime numbers if it is in an even spot in the array. So I'll do if n mod 2 equals 0, then I will echo. So that's saying that if they're you do in mod 2 and it gives you the remainder. If that remainder is 0, then 2 went into in perfectly, and then it will print that prime number. So the second prime number, 4th, 6th, 8th, 10th, just like we wanted. So that's how you do some basic stuff with strings, numbers, arrays, for loops, and functions. This is my first video, and I really hope you liked it. I hope it was useful for you, and thank you for watching.